So I'm pretty excited because the other day I went and I picked up my new kayak, which I'm going to go over real quick for you because it's the 2020 model, and they are just being shipped out now with some of the improvements over the 2019 model. So let's take a look at my brand new Slayer 10. So we're in my garage because it's cold and I don't want to be outside, but this is the new Slayer 10. This is from Native Watercraft. I want to shout out Curtis and Sandy Point Progressive Sports out of Daytona for actually ordering this for me. It took me a while to find a dealer who would, one, respond, and two, was able to order it. So let's go over some of the benefits and features of this and why I chose this Watercraft and some of the things that I wish that it did have. Now, I'm coming from a Catch 100, which is a Pelican-made watercraft that's right around $700. They're both 10 feet long. This one is just a little bit different in terms of size and things like that. So I'm going to go over a few of those things. So let's take a look at, we'll go from bow to stern here. So first off, one of the things I really like about it are these molded handles. These are metal, and they are just like the ones on my my Catch 100. They're nice, they're stiff, I can drag it, and most importantly, because this kayak itself only weighs about 62 pounds, I can actually lift this thing over my head and get it on top of my car, just like my Catch 100, and that's majority of the time that's because of these handles. One thing I was worried about is I didn't know what type of handles were going to come on this. I really couldn't tell from pictures. On the front side here, though, I have a much bigger storage hatch than I did on my Catch 100. There's this nice bungee cord here to make sure that the lid stays on. This, however, and it comes completely off. This, however, is a little bit different in that the storage hatch on the Catch 100 is pure plastic. This is more like a rubber. So it's not going to keep this completely dry. It's not supposed to be a dry hatch, but there's plenty of room in there to store stuff, coats, things like that. Also on the front, we have these front rail mounting systems, which is really nice. There aren't a lot of rail mounting systems on the Catch 100, and there are ones all over this kayak, which is nice. This is the new 701 drive. This just came out this year. It's very, very smooth. There are pegs that come with this if you want extra traction that you can add on later. It's solid metal. It feels great. Most importantly, though, it now comes with an integrated weed guard, so the weeds won't get caught behind the propeller, which is part of the new system. Now, a couple other things I really like about this is it does have the foot padding for the floor, the non-slip, which is great. It comes with these scumper plugs already. One thing that it doesn't come with that I wish it did is some type of kayak paddle storage. So the Catch 100 has these kind of tie downs on the side for either extra rods or for paddles, which I think like the Slayer Max comes with rod storage on the side. So what I did is I picked up one of these roto grips so I can put my paddle in it, and then if it's angled back like that, it stays out of the way of the side holder for your rod. One of the things I noticed is that the Slayer 10 is much thicker in terms of top to bottom height than the Catch 100, and that makes it kind of difficult to get into the kayak rack, so I'm going to have to figure out a better way to kind of transport this on longer trips. But what it does do is kind of make it feel much more like a boat, because the lip on the inside is much deeper. It's going to be kind of harder to rock it. The only other downside I can see to that is if you're trying to get a big fish in and you're going to lip them, or you can't reach your net for whatever reason, you really can't swing them up over the edge as easily as you could with like the Catch 100. The seat is extremely comfortable. It's much more comfortable than the one that I had in the Catch 100, even though I like that one a lot. This one is very, very comfortable, and it has adjustments here, and it's raised up 2 inches from the previous version. And one of the downfalls to this specific seat compared to the Catch 100 is I don't have the storage in the back anymore. I also don't have storage in the front, but that can be fixed by getting a storage unit that can fit underneath here. But there's also plenty of room for me to put my tackle underneath the seat. On the back side of the kayak here, we have 2 rod holders, which is almost exactly the same as Catch 100. The only difference between this and the Catch 100 is in place of having your steering column here, the Catch 100 also has another forward rod holder for either landing a fish or tying up. One of the other things that I like about this is there's plenty of room in the back. The back is squared instead of rounded off like the Catch 100, and you have plenty of storage space back here. Now, the tie downs are held together by this little mechanism with a screw. So for me to adjust this stuff, I'm going to have to loosen up the screw, which seems to be initially kind of a pain in the butt. I like the ones where you can just kind of clip it onto the side, but that isn't going to be that big of a deal. And there's also a dry storage hatch back here, which is nice. Put phones, that kind of stuff back here, wallet. Now, this version of the Slayer 10 comes with the improved rudder. So the rudder is longer and it actually extends out past the back of the kayak now, which will make this kind of a pain if I want to drag it from the front end, which I'll probably never do. I'll probably use the car to drag it from the back end. However, this is an improved rudder. It's going to help with the handling and turning. Those are the upgrades, or it's one of the upgrades on the 2020 model. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. It's a little bit bulkier than I was hoping for, but it's the same weight as my Catch 100. So really, the biggest thing that I'm giving up is the tie-down straps that hold in my paddle. But other than that, I'm getting a lot more out of this kayak. And most importantly, I'm going to save my back with this new Propel drive system, which I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to go ahead and get dressed up. It's kind of cold out today, but I'm excited to take this thing out. Let's go out and see how the weed drive works, or sorry, the weed guard works. See how the Propel drive system feels, and let's see if we can't catch a few fish. Setup is just a hair bit longer than it was with the Catch. Dragging her is a little bit different because the hull actually has a V on it. So let's see if we can get her launched down in here. Let me get my paddle just in case. I don't want to lose the kayak on its maiden voyage. All right, so getting in this thing is going to be a little bit different than getting in the Catch, where the Catch I could walk up over the hull. Now I have this Propel drive that I got to deal with. So I think the best way is just to go straight in. All right, let's see how this Propel drive feels. So the steering, I'm gonna have to get used to that. And I think I need to move the seat up just a little bit more. This feels really good though. It's nice and smooth. My legs are a little bit wobbly because I did leg presses last night. Oops. You can use this drive train for the way that this steers is going to take a bit of getting used to. So if I really get into a good position, I can actually move at a pretty good click here, which is great because this is faster than I could continually paddle. So I'm going to get up here over a hydrilla bed, do a little bit of fishing, test out the stability. My only complaint right now is if I have 3 rods, I'm going to have to get a crate or something, because the 3rd rod holder sitting here is fine, but if I need to switch back between this and paddling all the time, especially when I get to places like Fellsmere, it's going to make it a little bit difficult. So it's just really a storage issue, and that's because of the drive system. So this kayak kind of meets all the basic needs that I wanted, and has a few things that I really like the pedal drive. I know that the Mirage system by Hobie is probably faster, but those Hobies are really heavy and I can't put them on top of my RAV4. So this is why I kind of went with this kayak. You know, it's 62 pounds without the stuff in it. This is the perfect way for me to just flip up onto the roof and be going. I also like the fact that with this system, with this system, I can easily go forward, and then if I have to stop, I can easily pedal backwards, and it's instant reverse. You can hear the water kind of grinding there. That's nice. So the stability of this thing, it feels really stable, even more stable than my Catch 100. So I have no problem standing up here. I don't feel the least bit shaky. Now, one thing I'm going to lose is if you look at I don't have as much foot room because there's no drive system in my Catch 100. So I don't have the maneuverability within the hull itself like I did with that boat. But the stability feels great. I do have to say the elevation on the seat is really nice. From standing to sitting, I feel so much more confident just standing up and then sitting again. There's way less distance between my butt and where the seat is when I'm standing. Okay, so I'm going to head over some of these weeds. Last thing I want to do is test out this weed guard. How good is it? I mean, I'm going over weeds right now and I'm kind of grinding a bit. So I don't want to junk up my drive before I even get a chance to use it in competition or anything. So let's take a look and let's see how we doing down here. There we go. So definitely wrapped up, but there's no weeds inside of the drive system itself. They're on the outside. So weed guard works. Okay, so overall I'm pretty happy with this purchase. This kayak was the right size, the right weight. It lacks a few things. Like I said, the straps to hold down your paddles, but you know, a rotor grip will fix that because there's plenty of rails on this thing. It's got a nice hull in the front. The pedal drive is nice and smooth. It feels great. It's got the integrated weed guard on it. The seat is super comfortable. It's way more comfortable than the one in my Catch 100, and that was pretty darn comfortable. It's got everything I want that's gonna, I think, help me out with this upcoming tournament trail series in January. You know, I need to cover a lot of distance and I don't want my back to blow out. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. I wish it did have a few things here and there. It's a little thicker, like I said too, but you know, I'll get over that. The benefits of this definitely outweigh the cons. So if you're looking for one, I suggest this. There are other pedal drives out there. Read the reviews, decide what you need, and then go from there. But I'm very happy with this purchase. I'm going to do a little bit more fishing. I'm going to take this out to my favorite lake, Kenansville, in a few days and really do some stuff there. I really just want to get out on the water today and try it out and see how it felt and how everything worked and the transportation of it. So, but I feel pretty good about it. So other than that, you know, this month it's Christmas month. I've got a lot of plans with the family. We're doing a little bit of traveling here and there. Got a little work I got to get done before the Christmas holiday rolls in. So I'm going to tackle all that stuff the best I can, get that done. So I may not post a ton of videos. It's not like I posted a crap ton of videos anyway to begin with, but I may not post anything possibly till around Christmas or January, depending on how things go, because I'm kind of super busy with everything else. But if I don't, have a great holiday. Hope your December kicks off a fantastic holiday season for you and your family, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.